Hey, how are you doing today? Welcome to Meru Accounting. So today in this presentation, I'm going to touch base on how we can do bookkeeping for doctors industry that covers doctors, nursing industry, hospitals, and many more. So in this presentation, I'm going to cover brief parts explaining revenue, expenses, payroll, tax compliance, how to draw financial reports, compiling of budgets, forecasting, what needs to be done on compliance part, and use of software and technology to ensure that you have got a better hold on all this of above, how to do documentation, record keeping, and how to do review. And at last, we shall also touch base on the key performance indicators for doctors in this industry. So, explaining you the revenue and the billing part, we need to ensure that none of the revenue is being missed out in order to invoice the patients. So, you need to ensure that the revenue is being correctly received and nothing is missed out to be invoiced. So that way, there needs to be a very close monitoring on what is the investment for, say, for example, for patients or for the patients, and then what has been accounts receivable, and ensure that there is a timely collection of outstanding payments. You need to ensure that each and every expenses is being correctly allocated to the patients coming, and it needs to be marked as a billable expense so that you can bill for each of the expenses which are being paid out specifically on behalf of that patient. Coming to payroll, uh, there will be various staff who will be employed on hospitals. So you need to ensure that those payroll for those is accounted for, and you need to ensure that employee benefits, including health insurance, retirement plans, and other benefits, those are correctly accounted for. If you are located in US, you need to ensure that W2 and W3 are matched with the financial statements, and there is no discrepancy for that. You also need to ensure that contractors' pay is also accounted for in correct manner. Coming to the tax compliances, there will be many taxes such as income tax, sales tax, which needs to ensure that those are correctly accounted for and those are remitted to appropriate authorities in a timely manner. Need to maintain a proper documentation for ensuring that each of those compliances are done in a correct and a timely manner. Coming to the financial statements, the most important part for ensuring that you are getting correct financials, need to ensure that balance sheet and cash flow statements are prepared on a monthly basis at least, so that you can know what's the cash flow and what needs to be done to take the business to a next level. Financial statements can also include various things like number of patients that visited, income per patient, income per bed for a hospital. We'll cover various KPIs which should come along with the financial statements in the later part of this presentation. You can do budgeting and forecasting so that you can know your cash flow in advance and can plan for it. We can use various forecasting techniques to estimate the future revenue and the future expenses that are coming up. That needs to be done based upon various criteria and assumptions. So we need to fix up the assumptions while discussing with the doctors and key decision makers, and then based upon those assumptions we can plug in the numbers and ensure that the forecasting table has been drawn up adequately. You need to ensure that HIPAA and other compliances are being accounted for if you are doing bookkeeping for doctors, because there is information which comes for patients which is needs to be kept highly secure. In terms of software and technology, you need to choose a good accounting software like Sage, Odoo, QuickBooks. Each of the software has got own pros and cons. Need to ensure that a proper onboarding of that software is being done so that none of the features are missed out. Some of the most important features that you'd be required in doctors industry would be time billing, billing per each of the patients that are coming in, uh, revenue markup, ensuring that billable expenses are correctly invoiced, and various other, you need to take into care various other requirements for ensuring that all the compliances are met from that particular reporting software. You need to do periodic review and analysis of the data so that ensures that there is no error in the financial statements and the financial statements are fair and correct. Now, coming to the key performance indicators, we have put in some of the indicators which measures the performance of the doctor industry. One is the patient satisfaction. It ensures that they have got good influx of patients, and your patients are satisfied with the work. That brings in more revenue as well. Patient wait time, patient no-show rate. This ensures that the doctor's revenue is optimized to its highest, and a no-show is reduced to the minimum. Patient retention rate, it ensures that the patients are being retained, and it shows the loyalty of the patients that are coming in. Revenue per patient, it shows what average revenue a patient generates. Patient referral rate, it shows what percentage of patients come in as a new patient against someone who is being referred by the earlier patient. Average treatment cost, so you can fix up various departments, and according to that need to fix up what would be the treatment cost for various therapies that would be provided by the hospital. Staff productivity would help you ensure that the administration costs are put as low as possible. That ensures that the number it's divided by the number of procedures performed, or number of patients served, or various other factors can be taken into consideration for measuring the staff productivity. Accounts receivable turnover, it ensures how fast the receivables is being collected. You need to also ensure how is the money taken back from or say billed to the government authorities, and how it's collected. And compliance rate, it measures the level of compliance, and what is the level of all the compliances which hospital has been doing and which are being missed out. So those are the key performance indicators to ensure you have been hold of your finances and ensure that the finances are done in correct manner. So thank you for your time today. It was a great pleasure to talking regarding how to do bookkeeping for doctors industry. If you've got any specific questions, do let us know, and we are there to help you. Thank you. Have a nice day.